Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm filming kind of a chatty video. This is kind of a channel update slash let's just talk about some things for 2022. So if you guys are interested in hearing some of my thoughts on some of the brands I tried out in 2021 and what brands I'm planning on trying in 2022, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. When I first got on YouTube about 10 years ago, I had such a hard time finding makeup content from people that looked like me, so I decided to take matters into my own hands and start up a makeup channel. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, if you love new eyeshadow palettes, if you love first impressions, ranking videos, anti-hauls, will I buy it, then this is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. So 2021 is coming to an end, and this is the time of year where everybody films like their roundup videos and their ranking videos and all of the things, favorites, hate-its, all of that. And let me tell you, if you don't know about me, I hate narrowing things down. Oh my gosh, I suck at narrowing things down. So I definitely plan on filming a ranking every palette I tried in 2021 video, but it's gonna take me a hot second and I'm gonna be like needing some serious time to do it. I'll probably do it on the weekend when my husband can watch my daughter, just because it's gonna be a lot. Like, I've already added up all the eyeshadow palettes I've tried in up until like October, and I've tried over 150 palettes this year. So, you know, it is what it is. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch that video, but it's gonna take me some time, and I'm pretty determined to do it. It's terrifying, but I want to do it, so definitely something to look forward to. But something that I never addressed, and I realized I never addressed, but I knew this for myself, I never made a video of brands I wanted to try in 2021, and I feel like there's a reason for that. It's not something I talked about on my channel, but the reason I didn't film a brands I wanted to try video is because I felt like for a while that I'm very open to trying new brands, but I didn't want to seek out specifically brands to kind of put in a list, and I wanted to see kind of what was coming up in the market and what brands were going to be hip and cool, because every year there's new brands that come about, there's brands that stop making makeup, brands go out of business, especially with this year and last year with COVID. A lot of brands have unfortunately exited the market, for example, Becca and such. So yeah, it's such a fluid situation that I didn't really want to put myself in a box and be like, these are the brands I'm going to try in 2021. And I'm so glad I didn't do that, because there have been some awesome brands I tried in this past year. Now, I'm going to do the same thing for 2022. I won't be creating a video called Brands I Want to Try in 2022, and I feel like that's a video that a lot of people do, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what other people suggest and what other brands are suggested in those videos. But as far as me and my personal purchasing and makeup taste goes, I'm just gonna see what brands are doing, what brands are hip. If the brands I bought in 2021 continue to be innovative, I will keep an eye on them and buy from them. And if I find new brands to check out, I definitely will. I feel like there's always a new indie brand around the corner, so very, very excited to see what 2022 holds for us. But yeah, let's talk about the brands I tried in 2021, some new brands. I just wanted to highlight them. So let me look and see, because I have a list of all the brands I've tried in the year 2021. And the first one I tried that was new to me was Kimchi Chic Beauty. I had a lot of fun trying that brand. I will try and remember to link corresponding videos to all the new brands I tried in the description box for you guys in case you're looking for reviews. I know Kimchi Chic Beauty is a brand that a lot of other YouTubers love, and typically you can get them on amazing sales. Definitely make sure you're following them on Instagram, because you can save a bunch of money by getting them on sale. I personally love the face products I tried from that brand. Such beautiful bronzers, blushes, and highlighters, and I love that they have a pretty extensive shade range for being an indie brand. So that was a really good brand that I tried in 2021, and they did not disappoint, and I would highly recommend them to you as well. Okay, another brand that I tried for the first time in 2021 was LA Girl. Now, I do have some eyeliners from them, but I hadn't tried any of their eyeshadows, and I did get their main stage palette, and it's a gorgeous palette. It's a drugstore palette, so it's like 15 bucks, but you are getting really, really good eyeshadows for the price point. I would highly recommend checking out their palettes. They also have some other beautiful neutral palettes. They've been launching a ton of gorgeous color stories. So if you have a pretty strict makeup budget, but you want some really fun, colorful, unique eyeshadows, I would recommend checking out LA Girl. Their matte and metallic formula are pretty awesome for the price point, if you ask me. So the next brand I tried was Bernovich, and this is are they Polish? I can't remember, but they're from Europe, and they have the most beautiful metallic single shadows. They do have a bunch of other makeup as well, but I'm trying to think who like really blew them up on YouTube. I think maybe it was my friend Amy Loves Makeup, and I remember her swatching the eyeshadows and I was like, oh my gosh, I need those. So I did buy quite a few shadows from them. They're absolutely gorgeous. I wish I reached for my single shadows more, but I really don't. But anyway, if you're looking for a really good single eyeshadow brand, highly recommend checking out Bernovich because they have some gorgeous shadows. So I also tried the brand Blend Bunny, which, oh my gosh, they have two palettes now. They have their original palette called the Blends. They have their Surge palette, and they also have a brush set. I have actually got a code now with Blend Bunny. It's an affiliate code. The code KHMAKEUP will save you money. I love their two palettes. I can't wait to see what they do next, and their brush set is phenomenal as well. So I would highly recommend checking it out. The company is owned by a fellow YouTuber, and she really knows what's up. I just don't have enough good things to say about it, and she's such a sweet human being as well. So happy I got to try the brand in 2021, and I will definitely be keeping an eye on them in 2022. So another brand I tried and fell in love with is It's Belle. They had their beautiful Flare palette as well as the Break the Rules palette that launched this year, and I have videos on both of those. And then they have a new palette that's coming out. I just got shipping notification on that, so I can't wait for that to come, but I do have a code with them as well, and you will save money. They also have really good deals going on during the holiday season, so definitely keep an eye on their Instagram. But what I love about this brand is that they have all shimmer palettes, which is great because I have a ton of matte eyeshadows, so I don't need to pay more money to have some mattes in my palettes. And I just talked about the Blend Bunny palette, and the original Blends palette from them is an all matte palette, so it actually pairs really well with the It's Belle palettes. I love pairing those combos together because Blend Bunny has the awesome mattes, and then It's Belle has the beautiful shimmer shades, and they pair really well together. So I can't wait for their fall palette to get here so I can create a makeup look for you guys. But yeah, highly recommend checking out my It's Belle videos if you haven't seen them. Highly recommend checking out the brand as well. If you're into really fun duochrome eyeshadows, then that is a brand that has kind of a more affordable option for you guys. So I also tried Eniuque Beauty, which is a new brand in 2021, and I was really excited because they're kind of a brand that really boasts their very rich immigrant culture and heritage, and I love that because I'm an immigrant myself. So I love their concepts, and they have some beautiful palettes that they've launched. I didn't love their original 3 palettes that I purchased from them, but I do see that they're making changes, they're tweaking things. They don't put pressed glitters in their palettes anymore. So they recently came out with a holiday palette called the Melancholy palette, and I thought it was beautiful, but honestly, I'm trying so hard not to buy even more eyeshadow palettes than I already have. And since I didn't have the greatest first experience with them, I'm kind of hesitant to buy from them, but I will definitely keep my eye on them in 2022. Can't promise that I'll buy every launch from them, but I'm very interested to see how they continue to tweak and play with their brand. Okay, so 2021 was also the year I tried Eniuque Cosmetics, and oh my gosh, they're now called Unearthly Cosmetics, and I'm so impressed with this brand. It's unreal. I feel like they really started and caught on in the small influencer space where I saw some of my friends review their products, and now they've really caught traction, and it's so fun to see because some of my friends that have bigger channels are also talking about them now, and it's so cool. I am an affiliate with the brand. I'm so grateful because I love her products. She recently sent me her satin lips. I'm actually wearing them on my lips today, and there's 12 shades, I think. She's got the most beautiful eyeshadow color stories. I'm obsessed. I pretty much have all of their palettes. I have to try really hard not to go back and buy older palettes from them because I don't need them for my YouTube channel, but oh my gosh, she has the most stunning color stories. So I'm very proud to be affiliated with the brand. I was just watching a live from the brand this morning, and she was kind of outlining her future plans. I was like, oh my god, please make a neutral highlighter palette because I hear her colorful highlighter palette is amazing. And so I would love a neutral version of that because I want to try more of her highlighter formula. She has a single highlighter and a blush that I own, and I love it. I love her liquid lipsticks. I love her satin lipsticks. I love the Wishing Hour palette. I just love the brand so much. So if you guys have been wondering about Unearthly, I'm definitely planning on picking up whatever they launch in 2022, and if they send it to me, even better, but I don't mind. And I do have quite a big playlist from Alien. I need to change the name to Unearthly because they did have some copyright issues with their name, so they are rebranding. They have actually rebranded, but she's trying to sell the Eniuque Cosmetics stuff because she only has a certain amount of time that she can sell that stuff for before she has to stop selling it. So if you haven't checked them out, highly recommend. Small makeup brand, women-owned business, and I would love for you guys to support them. Okay, another brand that I got to try this year is Glaminatrix, and they were so kind. I can't believe this happened. They were so kind, and they sent me their Eniuque Beauty palette, which was basically like a tribute to Australia, which I love because they're an Australian-based indie brand. So I got this gorgeous palette and I filmed a video with it. So if you guys have been wondering about Glaminatrix, highly recommend checking them out. I had bought some singles from them, but I'm a palette bitch, so very happy that they sent me the palette. And since then, I have bought their Silent Night palette, which I know is on its way to me. So I will definitely film a video with it. And then I also ordered their Sandra Rose palette because they relaunched it. And I'm very excited because I've always wanted that palette. I even asked the owner of Glaminatrix if I could buy it so that she could include it in the Eniuque Beauty package she was sending to me, but she said they had discontinued it. And since then, I think so many people have been asking for the Sandra Rose palette to come back that she did actually re-release it. So very excited. That palette should be shipping, I think, sometime in the new year. So very excited to have that in my collection when it arrives. Okay, another brand from Europe that I tried in 2021 is Glamshop. I think they're Polish. I'm really screwing this up. I do apologize. Now, I really like the two palettes I picked up from them. Super gorgeous, very fragile formula. So I would say proceed with caution. Also, their shipping is really rough for the US. I think that if you are going to go ahead and make the splurge on their eyeshadows, make sure you're getting the shipping with tracking because it can be a little bit hard to kind of keep up with the Polish mail that they use or whatever they use that's free, because mine, it came to the US and then it got rerouted back to them and then they had to send it again. So it was kind of a pain in the butt. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for me because I had to wait forever. So I haven't wanted to place an order from them for a while. Plus their shadows are very fragile. So most people complain about them arriving broken and things like that. I'm very happy I got to try the brand, but honestly, I don't see myself buying anything from them in the year of 2022. But if you guys are curious, I know a lot of my friends have reviewed the brand, so highly recommend checking it out, and I will link any of my Glamshop videos down in the description box for you guys as well. I also worked with Look Fantastic and I was able to try some Illmasque eyeshadow palettes. I will say I was not a fan of that. So I don't really have much to say. I think I decluttered those eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to probably see if any of my friends want to try them. And then another new brand I tried this year was What's Up Beauty. And they launched a palette called the Monsoon palette. It's a gorgeous palette. It's kind of a neutral palette slash a pop of color palette. It's got a few different colorful shades, but also some gorgeous neutrals. I just really, really like the formula. I don't know if they have plans to launch more eyeshadow palettes, but I definitely plan on keeping my eye on them. And they also have these beautiful handmade Japanese brushes that are part of their collection. Little bit pricey, but nothing too bad. And I would highly recommend because I really, really enjoy using those brushes as well. So I finally got to try Klarity Cosmetics, which is an indie brand based in Texas, I believe. And there's a bit of a story. I started off with buying their So Memorizing palette, and then I realized that that palette was arriving with a lot of broken shades and things like that. So I was very nervous. And when I got mine, I did have some shades that were a little bit cracked, and there was like some oil seepage happening. I wasn't really willing to put up with that for that palette. So luckily they did allow me to send it back, and they did give me a refund. But then I saw their Cobra palette, which they launched, I think, a few months after that. And I really liked that color story. So I did end up trying the Cobra palette, and honestly, that palette was gorgeous. Their formula reminds me a lot of Give Me Glow, and they have those big eyeshadow pans as well. So if you don't like big eyeshadow pans, you're not gonna like Klarity Cosmetics because most of their eyeshadow palettes have those big eyeshadow pans. They did launch a palette on Black Friday called the Magic Lamp palette, which is kind of inspired by Aladdin. A lot of people said that the palette looked like an ABH palette. I personally thought it was a cute color story, so I did end up ordering it on Black Friday. I think I just got shipping notifications, so I am very, very excited to see what that palette looks like once it gets to me in person. And you best believe I will be filming a video with that palette, because if it sucks, I'm definitely gonna let you guys know. Also, if it's good, I want to let you guys know in case it's still available for purchase. I tried Becky G's line Tresluce Beauty, and I tried her eyeshadow palette. And was it just the eyeshadow palette I tried? I thought it was okay. Definitely not my favorite thing ever, but it wasn't bad. It kind of reminded me of like ColourPop type quality. So not a brand I would purchase from again, but I'm happy I tried it. I know she's come out with other eyeshadow palettes since then, and I wish her nothing but the best of luck, but it was not for me. Another brand I tried in 2021 that I love is Lois Cosmetics. They launched a palette called Meet Me in the Underworld, and all of my friends were raving about this palette, and so I finally broke down and bought it. It has the most beautiful grungy green slash like berry toned shades, and I think it would be like the perfect palette for holiday. So I thought it was really, really cute. Very happy I tried the brand. Formula is amazing, and I'm definitely planning on keeping an eye on them for next year. So I tried Illmakiage eyeshadow as well this year, and that was another video that I did with Look Fantastic. Again, was not very impressed with Illmakiage or Illmasque for that matter, so I won't be buying anything from either of those brands with my own money anytime soon. Okay, so I filmed a video with the Vivev eyeshadow palette. I can't even remember what that's called. Is it called like the Basics or something? I don't know. But I had bought that palette when it kind of launched, and I never featured it on my channel, and then I included it in a chatty get ready with me type video. I'm not a fan. I know a lot of people really love that palette, but it's not my favorite. If I'm reaching for a neutral palette, there's other palettes that I would rather use instead. So it was really easy for me to pass up the new Vivev eyeshadow palette. I know she's got a more berry toned one, and I do like the blushes I picked up from her, but it's not a brand I'm interested in trying anything new from in 2022 unless she comes out with something like really revolutionary. It is a European based brand, so sometimes it's just hard to get, and you have to pay for shipping and things like that. And listen, I don't have a problem paying for shipping, but you know, sometimes you only have a certain amount of budget, and if I can try something from a brand I love versus something that's just okay to me, I'm gonna go with supporting a brand I really love. So I don't see myself trying any more things from Vivev anytime soon. And then I don't know if I talked about Dede Signature last year, but I did try some of their palettes, and then they launched a bunch of new stuff this year as well. So I tried like their fruit skewers. I tried they did like a fruit I can't remember, they did these quads that were fruit themed. They're also launching a new quad that looks so cute. So I'm interested to see what people think about that new quad that they're launching. But nice brand. I haven't really reached back for their palettes in a hot second here. So yeah, I don't know if I'll buy anything from them next year, but I will definitely keep my eye on them because they're a nice brand. The owner's really sweet. Also, I really like their lipsticks, in case you were wondering. Okay, another brand I tried that I've wanted to try for a long time is Eniuque Beauty. This is a UK-based indie brand, and they do these like fashion magazine themed eyeshadow palettes, like 6-band palettes, and then they did this African themed one, and I thought some of the palettes were really cute. So I did go ahead and place an order and got 2 eyeshadow palettes from them. I honestly thought the palettes were nice, but the formula again is very fragile. So I kind of feel like I paid a lot of money for just okay kind of eyeshadows that I could get from the US. I didn't have to spend, you know, pounds to get them. So I definitely don't see myself buying from them anytime soon, but it was definitely fun to try the brand. So there's that. The other brand that I feel like I've tried before, but I don't know if I've mentioned them, is Estate Cosmetics. I somehow ended up on the Estate Cosmetics PR list. Listen, I'm not mad because they make really nice stuff. They've launched some really cool stuff in 2021. They launched eyeshadow palettes, highlighters, a really nice kind of lip balm type formula. So very, very happy to see what else they will come out with in 2022. I'm definitely keeping an eye on them. They are a Canadian indie brand, and the reason I ended up finding out about them is because they did a collab with Bailey Sarian through Ipsy, and I never tried that palette, but they sent me some of their palettes and they're actually really, really nice. Okay, the next new brand I tried was Geologie Cosmetics, and they were so kind and they sent me their Pilbara palette. My friend Angie reviewed this palette, and that's kind of how I heard about them. And then I was so honored that they sent me their palette. It's a beautiful, kind of neutral, kind of grungy green eyeshadow palette. I would definitely say their eyeshadows are more subtle than what I like, but I've also kind of been changing. I kind of like subtle eyeshadows too, because I've been really into Viseart lately, and I would definitely say they have a very subtle eyeshadow formula. So if you're into kind of finding those rare indie makeup brands, I would definitely recommend checking out Geologie Cosmetics. Okay, so we're getting close to the end here. The next brand I tried in 2021 is Sugardrizzle. I tried their Gnome Chrome palette because so many of my friends have been raving about their kind of all shimmer palettes. So when I saw that the Gnome Chrome palette launched, I jumped at it and I grabbed it, and it's a nice palette. I'm happy I own it. It wasn't too expensive. In the end, I did conclude that I would rather put my money towards a Adept eyeshadow palette because they do those beautiful duochrome / multi-chrome eyeshadow palette. So Adept kind of has a formula that I prefer, but the Sugardrizzle palette was nice, and I'd be curious to see what else they're launching. I know they're launching like a purpley pink palette, like a flamingo palette. I'm not planning on picking it up, but it's always fun to see brands continue to do new things and innovate. Another UK-based indie brand that I tried was Jolie Beauty. This one was because my friend Heather Austin tried their Sorceress palette and she was raving about it, and then they launched another new palette, the Vampirism palette. So I figured if I was gonna buy the Vampirism, I might as well get the Sorceress palette, and I really, really, really like the formula. Both those palettes do have some multi-chromes in them as well, so highly recommend that brand if you guys are interested in some bigger eyeshadow palettes, especially if you are in Europe. Some of these brands, it might be easier for you to get a hold of than some of the American brands we talk about on my channel. So yeah, I would highly recommend Jolie Beauty. Those two palettes are so good. The formula is so good. Some of my favorite eye looks from the year 2021 for sure. So I'm very interested to see what else they launch next year. Okay, another brand that sent me some things in the mail that it just took me forever to try was Zeesea Cosmetics. Now they are a Chinese brand, I believe, and I know they've sent a lot of PR out, and they sent me some too, and I really, really was impressed with the eyeshadow formula. They're kind of well known for their packaging because they make like beautiful, intricate packaging. And I do love packaging, but it's not gonna really make me buy a palette unless it's something like I'm really into. And I'm trying to think of what palette I've bought for packaging, and I can't really think of anything. To me, packaging is just like an additional thing. So I would never buy these products for the packaging. But since they sent it to me and I was able to try it, I was really impressed with the highlighter as well as the lipstick and the eyeshadow palette they sent me. They actually sent me another eyeshadow palette and a highlighter and a blush, I believe, since then. So I'm definitely planning on doing another video with their stuff. So we'll see if they can pull off another banging eye look with the second package they sent me, because I'm like, can they pull it off twice? That's gonna be the real test of how good the brand is, in my opinion. Okay, another brand that sent me a package was Eniuque Cosmetics. They are also another UK-based indie brand. I feel so honored, let me say, that brands send me things. I'm such a small YouTube channel, you guys. I literally am just so happy that people take the time to send me things, because it just makes me feel really like accomplished or like validated, I guess. So I did try the Eniuque Cosmetics palette, and I actually had purchased this palette from Beauty Bay. I just hadn't used it yet. So them sending me the palette definitely pushed me to try it out, and it's a nice palette. It's not my favorite thing that they send me. I definitely prefer like their brush set that they send me. They also send me some beautiful lashes and a mirror and things like that. The palette, I think, is just not my favorite color story because it's more of a pastel palette, but we were able to make it work. I don't think I would go and purchase anything from them anytime soon, but I will definitely be keeping an eye on them just to see what they launch in the future. Okay, so I know there's other brands that I bought stuff from that I haven't shown on my channel yet, so I haven't considered them as brands I tried in 2021. So I'm gonna save those for 2022. For example, I still haven't tried my palettes from, what's that one brand? Game Beauty. So they sent me some palettes this year that I haven't tried yet because they sent me their 2 older palettes. And then I've been contemplating buying their new palettes, but a friend was like, Karen, if you haven't tried the old palettes, why would you buy the new palettes? Although I think the newer palettes have color stories that I'm more interested in, but that's neither here nor there. So I need to try those. And then I still have those, I can't even remember the name of the brand. It's like Endangered Species brand. Still haven't tried those. I was making it a goal of mine to try them in 2021 and I still haven't gotten to them, so that's pretty awful. But I will say, being at home full-time, working from home, has helped me film more often, so I'm definitely planning on getting through all of the palettes I own. I want to make sure I have a video up on my channel so you guys can reference them in case you're curious about the brands. I don't know if I'll try any more new brands in 2021. I mean, we still have quite a bit of December left while I'm filming this video. I did try the collaboration between Doodles by the Bunny and Milan Rowe, and I was honestly pleasantly surprised by the quality of that eyeshadow palette. So I'm definitely curious to see what else they'll launch in 2022. I know they have another palette because I went on their website just to see like what kind of products they have. And I know they have one other palette, which I'm not gonna buy, but I think I've seen Annette maybe review that palette. I don't know, it just looked familiar, like something I saw on Annette's channel, but I really like the Doodles by the Bunny palette, so very, very curious to see what else they'll do in the future. But that is it, guys. That is my video talking about all the brands I tried in 2021. I'm gonna put the number on the screen because I don't know how many brands I tried, but from the length of this video, I feel like I've been talking for like a good hour. So I'm terrified. I feel like I tried at least 20 brands in 2021. We'll see. You guys will see the number here and then we'll see if I'm right or wrong. But I think I prefer this compared to giving myself a list and then having to make sure I purchase from that particular brand so I can film the follow-up video at the end of the year. I think I would rather just keep a list of all the new brands I tried. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what new brands you tried this year and if you tried any of the brands I tried. I would love to know your thoughts, any quick reviews or impressions you have of the brand. Highly recommend dropping that in the comment section because I know it helps other people out too that are interested in these brands if we share our experiences. If you guys have any suggestions of up and coming brands that I need to keep my eye on, let me know. I know I have another brand that I just got something from. I think it's Sugar Cosmetics. I haven't tried their palette. Listen, I've been buying makeup like it's my job, so I still have like a bunch of palettes behind me that I still need to try that I haven't yet. I know I have the Essence palette I haven't tried. What else? There's a bunch of stuff, so I still need to get to work. I have a ton of filming to do. I have new palettes coming in the mail today. It's wild over here at KARENHARRIS makeup headquarters. I don't think I'm going to be taking any breaks in January. I'm going to be cranking out first impression videos until I'm caught up. And I don't know, I just feel really, really good about the end of 2021 because I feel like I've managed to use a lot of the makeup I bought, whereas in previous years I haven't been able to do that. So that makes me feel really good. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in another Harrismas video tomorrow. Bye guys!